Hi everyone, the Spiderman here. So guys, as you know, I have a mature male Balfouri, and there he is just there having a little bit of a groom. So I'm going to be pairing up the male and female today. So wish me luck. Hopefully she won't decide to eat him. He's been pacing the tank for the last week or so. Been very active and dying to get out of the actual enclosure. So guys, let's get the male and female and let's get started. So ladies and gentlemen, there is the female's enclosure that I have taken off the shelf. And there is the male's enclosure. And in this situation here guys, you always introduce the male into the female's enclosure, and that just saves disturbing the female. So let's just take the lid off here and coax the male inside the female's enclosure. So guys, with both lids removed, and the female is situated in this area here, so I'm going to coax the male to here and let him just walk along on his own accord. So if I just give the male a little touch, and hopefully he's going to go inside the enclosure. There we go. And now the waiting game begins. So he's made his way guys from this area here over to here in the last couple of minutes or so. So looks like he's not wasting much time. And as you can see, he's a fairly big male. He's got to be at least the 4-inch in leg span, the same as the female. And there's no sign of the female just yet, but hopefully time will tell. And we have some action already guys. Just got my tongs ready just in case she decides to go for him. This hasn't taken long. It's fantastic to see. And this will be the first time I've ever seen two tarantulas mating, not molting. Let's just get a better angle for you guys. That's a bit better guys, and you can see that the female is around about the same size as him, like I said. And there's been no aggression from the female, which is fantastic to see. But if a male does get eaten, and that's just the way it goes, I'm afraid, in the wild, but because these are captive bred, you can actually try and intervene and stop the female from killing the male. And like I said earlier, he's actually been pacing the tank and making plenty of noise. So I had a little feeling he was definitely ready. And when he's made an insert, hopefully he should walk away. And then I'll coax the male back into his enclosure. So guys, I'm just using my tripod. It's a bit easier to use two hands instead of the one. Yeah, he's going in for another insert. And it's fantastic to see no aggression from the female. I hope the quality's okay for you guys. And this male is actually not mine. It's from my good friend Tom, who picks me up and takes me to the spider shows, because I don't drive a car. And he said to me, Alan, would you like to pair up your female in Balfouri and I'll buy a male? And I says, yeah, sure, no problem. I must have at least probably about 5 or 6 females in my collection that are ready to breed. I have my adult female P. metallica, adult female P. amernia, Venezuelan sun tiger. I have my adult female T. apophysis. There's 3 that I could pair up, and I've got this one as well, which is 4. But everything's looking okay for the time being. He's going for another insert. I think he's definitely got an insert there, guys. Yep, he definitely has. Unfortunately, I can't film from the other side because of the mesh that's in the way. Yeah, I think he definitely got an insert there, guys. He was in one position for about 20 seconds or so. And it's nice to see 2 tarantulas mating for the first time. I've never seen it before in the flesh. And I do ask a few people, do you think it's a good idea mating spiders? And says, yeah, it's always nice to have a fresh bloodline in the hobby. All I need now is some Barry White music for the occasion. Yep, he's going in for another insert. I don't want to put the camera too close to him because I don't really want to disturb him too much. Just in case I disturb the female and she decides to go for him. But it looks like everything's going okay so far, guys. I must have fed the female about 3 times in the last 2 weeks or so. So she doesn't get the urge to actually eat him. And everything's working okay at the moment. So guys, I've left it for 5 minutes or so, and I think he's had another couple of more inserts as well. But yeah, there's been no aggression from the female whatsoever. No fangs coming out at all. So yeah, fantastic to see. And hopefully soon she'll lay a sack and we'll have some babies. Looks like he's decided to back off a little bit now, so he might have had enough. But I'm still ready and waiting with the tongues, just in case, you never know. Well, they both definitely are interested, which is good to see. So guys, he's going for another insert. It's probably about the 5th or 6th insert he's gone for. So if she's not gravid in the next 2 or 3 months, I'll be very, very surprised. And if she does decide to get gravid and she lays a nice sack, then you can have these as a communal and put around about 10 or 5 in an enclosure. And there's no aggression from none of the slings at all. So ladies and gentlemen, looks like the male is walking away now, so he's had enough. So I'll coax him back into his enclosure. So let's just take the lid off, and hopefully he's going to be a good boy and get him to come round and go back into his enclosure. And he's not being a good boy. He's down there somewhere. So the female's had enough, guys. She's going back inside her burrow, and I'll leave her be now. Then hopefully in 2 or 3 months she'll start making a sack. So let's just coax the male, hopefully inside his enclosure, if he'll walk up. Here he goes. And there we go, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. And thanks for watching, everyone.